Some of the first signs you will notice as you move from the old to the new, as in you're letting go of your old life and moving into something new, is that you begin to lose friends. And no one really talks about, or maybe people talk about it, but they don't buttress the points around friendship breakups. So you can actually talk about your boyfriend breakup, your divorce, relationship breakup, but when you've had a friend for over so many years and all of a sudden things don't gel with you and that friend, and you realize that truly this friendship has come to an end. And sometimes it's not a loud breakup. It might just be something doesn't sit right with you anymore, especially as you're going through a shift. As you go through a shift, you're knowing yourself more. You're coming into your authenticity. You're harnessing your confidence. You're beginning to speak more openly and voice whatever is truly in your heart. You're no more people pleasing. You're no more over explaining yourself. You have just come into this place where you get what you get or you don't get nothing at all. I know. And that's why I say a lot of people get into this place around age 40, but doesn't mean that you can't get into it in your 20s or your 30s. But I'll say hardly 20s, because 20s is for enjoying yourself. So you're not really thinking about, that inner work. But I'll say 30s, you begin to think deeper about life, especially about your life. So we go through this thing where we're analyzing everything around us because you just realize that the old doesn't give you any joy. Being that old person doesn't bring you joy, and you see yourself changing. You see yourself putting more boundaries, asserting yourself, having this confidence, knowing your self worth. And when you start moving in the direction of your becoming, when you start identity shifting into the person that you have always been but forgot because of you've gone through a lot of trauma, a lot of ups and downs, you were running on survival mode, you just realize that I can't really understand what brought this friendship, your friendship with that person. What was the thing that brought you guys together? When you discover the thing that brought you guys together, you realize that that thing also needs to go. If it's partying, if it's drinking, if it's the fact that you guys dated the same type of man or something, whatever brought you guys together, you just realize that I've outgrown that. That is no longer me. I'm coming into this person where I'm embodying my most authentic self, not to please anyone. Maybe when you were in survival mode, you really needed that friendship. It's possible. Don't say never. You really needed that friendship because you had all those things. So women without friends are toxic, and you're trying to hold on to this friendship so that people don't look at you as weird. And a lot of you are loners. And being a loner is okay. Nobody really told us that being a loner is okay. They always talked about the loner girl being toxic. And so you went and made all these friends based on your experience at where you were at that time. But now life is shifting for you and requires your identity to also shift. Your self concept needs to shift. You're realizing that you don't really know what you guys have in common. What are the values you hold together? And I want to make this okay. Some friendships are for a season, and you just realize that, okay, they were there for your survival season. They are not necessarily bad. I don't want to say when you lose friends, then, oh, it's all bad. It is not. Because sometimes it is you, And sometimes it's that person. That is why I always say when you go through this journey, do not point fingers. Because you might be pointing one finger, but four is pointing back at you. Yes, you're growing. Yes, you're expanding. Yes, you're coming into a knowing of you. But as you do that, also, you're going to ruffle feathers because they've known you a certain way. Maybe the you that wasn't assertive, very people pleasing. When you start to push boundaries, they don't like it. And so that could bring up some squabble between both of you. So, and it's okay. And sometimes you are also the problem because as you go through this identity shift, you're going through waves of emotion, high emotions, low emotions. You're temperamental today, you're happy tomorrow because it is a shift. You're coming into an understanding of you, and some things that you did in the past is going to like disgust you. I know. While some things that you're knowing about yourself, you're like, wow, why couldn't I have been this person all along? Why were you cosplaying somebody else? And now you're beginning to know your true essence. So, yes, it's going to rub you a wrong way. But I want to make you understand that as you do that, tempers might fly and it might be your fault. And it's okay. When something is done, is done. Because you realize that those people that are meant to be in your fold, those people that are meant to join you as you shift, they will have patience for you. They will try to understand what you're going through. They will hold space for you. They're not going to be so judgmental about what you're going through. They are not going to always speak about them. Sometimes they turn it over to you and say, what's going on in your life? And if you ask for space, they respect that boundary that you've asked for. But the ones that are not used to you being that way, we want to insert themselves and try to tell you to get over things and come out and do stuff. And you then realize that you're not respecting my boundaries. You can't even hold space for me when I'm going through stuff. And if the reverse was the case, you will be holding space for that person. So, as your identity shift, you are going to lose friends. That's for sure, you are going to lose friends. But instead of looking at it from a everything is bad lens, everybody is bad, everybody, can come with me, I'm this level of baddie, maybe you should start understanding. Let me even understand the values I and this person had to be sure that this relationship is done or there is something there. Because sometimes there is something there, it's just you're going through your own process, and maybe your process is requiring you to isolate. And it's okay, but you need to let the other person know, hey, I'm just taking time for myself. If they don't respect it, then it's done. But you can't just cancel out people. I need you to understand this because we all need people. And yes, your people are going to come as you elevate and move into your truest essence. You're going to attract your people, but you can't also just discard everybody, the old people. You have to start looking at your values. Is this who I'm representing? Is this the identity that I am remembering about myself? If it's not, then you have to let it go. And just do it quietly. Sometimes, a little, hey, I need space, and things fizzle out. And sometimes you don't even need to say much. The friendship on its own just fizzles out because it was already dying. Maybe you were the one really giving its life. So I will say about my process, I went through the same thing. I went through a whole lot of friendships that ended. I had to end friendships. I had to step back. I started seeing things with a different lens, listening more in our conversations, understanding what is really bringing us together. Do we hold same values? And I have to do it for me because I realize that this person that I'm remembering about myself, that I love about myself, that I'm understanding is the truest me, does not need to cosplay for anybody. I want to be me. I want to be authentic. I want to hold my self worth, hold my head high in any relationship. I don't need relationships that will pull me down. I don't need relationships that will try to one up against me. I need relationship where we're equally pouring into each other, not at the same time. Maybe some days I'll be the person pouring and tomorrow somebody else will pour into me, but we are synergetically helping each other grow. And I want to shout out my sister. I do have a relationship. I know she's my sister, but she's also my friend. And I'm also building some friendships now. And I'm seeing how it is different. I don't need to act, I don't need to be anybody else. I just need to come as myself. And the conversation is not one sided. It's not about them, 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 them. There is a symbiotic, I don't know, very good synergy flowing between both parties. So if you're on your journey and you're realizing that you're lonely and friendship loneliness, you might be married, but friendship wise, you don't have your people. I don't need you to bother about that now. I just need you to focus on your becoming, because as you focus on your becoming, you're going to see people that it's so easy and natural. You meet people, and I'm not saying you meet them and you're like spewing from your mouth. No, no, but it's a much more easier relationship where both of you are creating space for each other to really be. So I don't need you to lose yourself. I don't need you to go and beg anyone. That is very important. Don't be a beggar beggy situation. Oh, please let me into your life because you couldn't stay few months during your shift and get through what you're getting through. Well, I don't know months. Some people stay years. I don't know. But I'm just saying that don't beg, just honor whatever you're going through. If a relationship falls off, it's okay. It got you here. That relationship sustained you here. Be grateful for it, but move on. There's no need going backwards because I see people trying to hold on to the old and they stay in this in between phase because they are not willing to let go. So, when something is done, let it go and move towards your new. So, I want to say this: if you're alone, if you're by yourself, if you're isolating, if you're in a place where your friendships are, you're losing a lot of friendships, should I say, and you feel, I might be the problem. I need you to have an open heart. Like, maybe, yeah, I could be the problem, but I need you to also do your homework in saying, what values do I and this person have currently? What has sustained our friendship till date? Can it sustain based on the person I'm becoming, based on this person that I am coming into? If it can't, then be okay with it and let go. But if there is something still there where your values still match, then be open to have a conversation with that person and maybe confide and say, hey, this is what I'm going through right now. I need space. And if they don't respect it, then you get your answer. But be gentle with yourself, be gentle with people. Not everybody's coming for you. I know this period, it seems like a lot of things are happening. You're losing a lot of revelation about yourself, about who you're now coming into. But I want you to know that people are inherently good. I always start like that. People are good until you show me who you are. So Carry that in mind that people are inherently good, they're not coming after you, and have an open heart. But if it's time to let go and you know that, then let it go. So that's it for today's video, and I hope you learned something. And please apply it. It's not about just watching the videos, put it in practice. And I want to leave you with this. I am going to be having a live masterclass. It's about knowing who you're becoming. If your old life is done, you already know. If you're here, you already know your old life is done. You're on this transition, but you want tools. You want to put it in practice. You want to understand what it means to come into alignment with that next level. Then I need you to come to this class. It's not just a talking video. We have stories. I share my story. Other people will share their story. We have identity exercises that we're going to do. How are you going to function as you shift into this new person? What are some pitfalls to avoid? There's so many things you're going to come out of that class. It's going to be worth the money you paid. But if you're interested, please check out my website on the screen, trace-essence.com, and register. And also, if you want more info, please go there and check it out. But as always, I would love to have you in my class. It's going to be entertaining, it's going to be high energy, and most of all, you will leave there with a lot of benefits. You will leave there with tools and actions that you can actually start implementing in your life immediately. Trust me, I'm taking my time with this, so I know that those that are going to experience this, chef's kiss. I'll catch you in the next video. If you want something to watch, then check out this video here.